Welcome to another installment of the Football Gazette podcast. My name is Olushola Victor, and I have with me here Muyiwa.
Well, as usual, Muyiwa Joshua here. Call me MJ for short.
Yes.
To definitely sport hard. Victor, a lot has been happening in the world of football in preparation for the coming season.
Yes.
A season everyone has tagged a firework. One that would really come like we haven't seen any other previous season.
I agree with you. There will be lots of firecrackers and fireworks in this season. And interestingly, we are a few days away from the new Premier League. This is the month of August, by the way. So it's safe to say Happy New Month, right?
Yeah, safe to say Happy New Month.
And welcome to the Premier League month. A lot of teams are looking forward to what's going to happen in this season. And for that reason, it's been a very busy transfer window so far. And we're going to be talking about some of the transfers, some of the teams that have been extremely busy. Some have been extremely busy, some have been, sparsely busy, some are even unbothered. Yeah?
I think some have been unlucky all week.
Oh, really?
Yes. It's hurting Newcastle United. They've really been unlucky. Yesterday, before coming for the show, while preparing for the show, I actually bumped in on the list of players they've missed out on. Losing to Chelsea, losing to Manchester United, losing to a lot of other teams. Then you begin to ask yourself, despite plying their threat in the UEFA Champions League this season, they've got no enticing power in them. Players who prefer to go to a certain Manchester United who aren't even in the Europa Conference League.
Why is Manchester United the first club on your lips?
The fall off is massive. Yes, the fall off is massive when it comes to Manchester United.
I'm here to be roasted.
The fall off is massive. So I really don't know. Probably something isn't going on well with Newcastle United.
Well, the summer transfer window isn't over yet.
Yes, it's not yet.
I mean, it's still running until September. But maybe they have, things that they are going to bring up maybe late in the transfer window that we don't know about. Maybe they have things in plan or things in the works that they're going to spring up to life. But like you mentioned, it is actually sad to see that a team that has made it to the UEFA Champions League, for the coming season, is losing lots of players and even looking like they're going to lose one of their most prolific strikers,
Alexander Isak.
In the person of Isak, to Liverpool, which is actually a rival team because Liverpool are not just contending for the league now. They are looking to make this coming season a trademark one for them.
Exactly.
After winning the Premier League in the previous season, they want to go on to conquer Europe as well, which I'm sure is their next target. So they're doing everything to recruit everyone who will make that possible.
So far, let me ask you, Victor, have you been impressed with Liverpool's business this summer?
I think Liverpool has a pretty stable team, if you ask me. They finished, top form last season. Although you will agree with me that sometimes now the coming in of the new coach, after Jurgen Klopp left, he came into a system that he didn't really have to change.
Yeah.
Unlike some other coaches that take over the business at the club, they have to change lots of things, take a lot of players, but he went on with the system, just found a way to, key into what he met there after Jurgen Klopp. Jurgen Klopp did a lot of building.
Is it safe to call this season his first full season?
Yes, absolutely. So this is when we know if he knows what he's doing or not. Although some Liverpool fans will say Slot did everything that he needed to do last season, but I'm going to say that he only built on the momentum that he met at the club. So for me, I think that's the reason why Liverpool have been a bit not so busy in the transfer window, because they do not want to, change things too much. Now, if you change things too much sometimes in football, it can lead to a crumbling of the building you've been trying to raise. So I feel maybe Liverpool is just being cautious. Not like they've not been busy. They've been busy.
I was going to that. Like, I wouldn't know what your definition of not being busy is.
Well,
but to me, I think they've actually done more than enough this transfer. Although they've lost a couple of players. We've seen the likes of Alexander Arnold. We've seen
Diaz left as well.
Diaz left, and
yes,
rest in peace to Diogo Jota as well. So they've actually been doing everything possible to actually make arrangement for these players
that have left.
That has left. You understand? They've brought in Frimpong. We've seen Kekers. We've seen Mamash Devli, and
all of these players that you're mentioning are not really. What's the word?
Okay.
Now? I'm looking for the word. I'm looking for the right word so I don't offend Liverpool fans. But they are not really. What's the word now? I'm looking for the right word.
You know, I think you would want to remove Frimpong.
Okay, that Frimpong should not be yes. But these other players are just
from Bournemouth.
They're not really star-studded, you know, or like what you would expect from a normal Liverpool. I mean, there was a time when Liverpool, you know, when we had the likes of what's the word now, Felipe Coutinho at Liverpool, we had
Sadio
Mane, you know, Luis Suarez, you know, all of these names, Fernando Torres, you know, all of these names that shake the transfer window and make you look, what's Liverpool coming with this new season? But all of these players you mentioned, apart from Frimpong, have not really made me.
They've done a couple of more business aside that I can't really place.
But in all their businesses, I haven't seen any player that I can say might be a threat more than every other person that has been in that club already.
How about Ugo Ekitike?
It's not going to be a threat because he's coming to a Premier League side where he has to learn to adapt. He's coming to an unfamiliar ground. So it's going to take a while for him to get to the point where, you know, he gets very comfortable in his skin and plays his best of football. Well, it all depends on how he synchronizes with the teammates and the guys that he meets at Liverpool. But for me, Liverpool have not done any scary business in this transfer window for me. But you can say a certain maybe Arsenal have maybe pulled that off.
For me, I think Arsenal, to an extent, they've been able to address their major undoing in previous seasons,
which is
the striking
position.
It remains now to be seen
if it will work.
If Victor Gyökeres is
the
answer to that particular puzzle.
What do you think? Do you think he's the answer?
You know, going by what we saw at Sporting Lisbon,
yes,
I think if he's able to replicate those numbers with Arsenal, I mean, we might be in for a very long ride.
But Sporting is quite different from Arsenal.
Yeah, that's the point. You know, the Premier League is a sort of very dynamic league, whereby transfers are more like gambles. I mean, you don't know what to expect
from the outside. You think you understand the league. You think you know what you're getting into. But
not until you get inside
and you witness the intensity of the league. You witness the intensity of the games. You know, and the kind of pressure you have to submit to and deliver to. It becomes sometimes very, very difficult. Even certain players who had it easy for them in the Premier League, after a while, they decline. So if you're coming to an unfamiliar ground, well, I hope that Arsenal fans are open-minded about Victor. Because the truth is, it could go either way. It could flop, and it could just make Arsenal become a better team. Yes, in all. But for me, regardless, even if they sign Victor, if they sign Boniface, if they sign Osimhen, whatever they sign, Arsenal will still go trophyless in the coming season.
Well, that's a big one there. Well, that's a big one. But then with their usual trophy.
No,
the second position.
Trophyless. Okay.
The second position. The second position. All right, that's Victor. He's a Manchester United fan. You said that.
That didn't have to be said.
Oh, okay. I will draw that.
Well, he's a Chelsea fan.
You actually replicate that. All right, let's talk about Manchester United here. I think Manchester United have been so lackluster in this transfer window for a side that finished 14th last season and lost the Europa League final to Tottenham Hotspur. You would agree with me.
In a very abysmal way.
Yes, you would agree with me.
Actually, yes. And I think...
What is wrong with Manchester United? They've actually done two transfers. They've brought in two players. Ryan Mbeumo and Matheus Cunha.
Yes, Cunha from Wolves.
You know, when you take a look at these two profiles, as much as just any player would be like a very instrumental addition to Manchester United presently.
Yes.
I still don't feel these two profiles. These two players are just what exactly they need at this point in time.
You know, a couple of days ago, I was watching Manchester United's highlights from the previous season, and we were poor.
See, Victor, take it from me. Forget about their numbers. I know Manchester United fans out there will tell me, no, there's no forgetting their numbers the last season. Of course, Mbeumo actually played for Brentford last season, and he put up those numbers. They were really visible.
Absolutely.
Matheus Cunha as well. We know what he's capable of anytime, any day with Wolverhampton Wanderers.
Yes.
But then, coming to a Manchester United who the media keeps hovering over,
we're struggling.
I mean, I think aside from the numbers you drop, it takes a player with very rigid and strong mentality to actually thrive in Manchester United.
You're right about
that. Not forgetting a certain Anthony was at Manchester United at some point. He left and he thrived, and a couple of other players like that.
It's also interesting to mention that we had the likes of Di Maria come to Manchester United, and he struggled for a while. He didn't really give us what we thought he was going to give.
That's what I'm talking about.
A certain Alexis
Playing for Manchester United is an entirely different ball game.
A certain Alexis Sanchez as well at some point.
I mean, if you count them, there are a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
We had a certain Cavani coming as well, and he tried it his beat, but then it wasn't really. And we had a certain Cristiano Ronaldo as well come back to the theater of dreams, and he wasn't really looking like what we thought he was going to be. So, to your question, I think these two guys, they, for the fact that they play in the Premier League, and not just playing in the Premier League, playing in teams where they had to somewhat carry the team in some way. I feel like coming to Man United would not be so difficult for them.
I think that has been the anthem of Manchester United fans for the past couple of days now. You see, they are Premier League proven.
Apart from Premier League proven, what I said is the teams where they have come from.
Okay.
If they came from teams where they didn't really have to compete, where they didn't prove themselves, if a player comes from Sporting, comes from maybe comes from maybe a Belgium league, or rather a Belgium club side, you can maybe say when it comes to Man United and is laden with the responsibility of delivering, he might have problems. But a certain Matheus Cunha, when he was at Wolves, I mean, he was the number 10 shirt for Wolverhampton Wanderers. Wearing the number 10 shirt is a big deal in any club side in the Premier League. And he did not just wear the shirt, he delivered while wearing that shirt. We all saw what he did last season. A certain Mbeumo as well. You know what he did at Brentford.
Yeah, he was fantastic.
If you ask me, I'm not saying this because I'm a Man United fan. Now, it's a different ballgame when we put... Now, if you talk about Alexander Isak, if his transfer to Liverpool lands, I don't see him struggling at Liverpool. He's going to fit in perfectly into that team because he has proven himself at Newcastle over and over and over again. But for a certain player like Victor Gyökeres, coming in from Portugal to Arsenal having the likes of, players that they have in their squad that can't even deliver, a certain Havertz, who plays his false nine and sometimes their main nine, I feel like putting that side by side with a certain Mbeumo and Cunha in the Premier League, Cunha and Mbeumo would do way better adapting in the Premier League.
So you think
not just the Premier League,
both players now would be a bargain for Manchester United?
I feel like they are an addition to the team. Now, it all boils down to how the coach utilizes them.
It's set up most especially.
Because the truth is, if you have the material and you don't know how to use the material, you would still make the same mistakes and errors that you made before. So let's see how... Now, the preseason started. We played 2 games, 2 wins in the 2 games. Thankfully, I mean...
So the summer series has become something to brag about now.
We've started. It's the beginning. Arsenal fans have lost.
Okay.
Okay. So I think it's a way to anticipate what comes in the new season.
Especially having it in mind that Manchester United will be getting in a new striker very soon.
Let's hope that happens. Let's just hope that happens. I mean, the likes of Højlund and Zexi have not really given us reason to keep them and depend on them. So it's only wise to have alternatives. And we've lost Marcus Rashford too. Okay, not lost entirely, by the way.
Still on loan at
Barcelona for for 1 year, and that's a very long time if you ask me. But I feel like we are going to see what is missing in that guy called Rashford. I feel like he's lost the bite, he's lost the energy and the drive.
You think his transfer can actually bring this sort of revival?
There will be a resurgence for Rashford, trust me. I've watched a lot of their preseason games.
I think he's only played 1 with them.
Is it 1 or 2 now?
Just 1.
Just
with
1.
Seaho, yeah.
Just 1. Oh, okay. I thought he's played 2 with them, but interestingly, I've watched him play at Barcelona in this preseason, tour that they are on right now, and I've seen him beat the Marcus Rashford that used to be hungry at Manchester.
I think yesterday, I think he provided an assist.
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
a couple of days ago.
He did to Ferran Torres. Yes. Was it Ferran Torres now? I can't remember his name now. But he scored a goal from outside the box. It was like a late pass, and he scored that goal there. So I feel like the bite that he lost at Man United will be back when he gets to FC Barcelona. And then
I would take your word for it.
Honestly, I feel like he'll come back to it. And honestly, the bite is what these guys, Mbeumo and Cunha, have in there, because they have a point to prove. Because leaving these club sides where they were playing to go to Man United in the same league is more like
not just ordinarily living.
Yes,
left for good money.
You understand? So they have a point to prove. I feel like even if Man United will struggle, we'll probably struggle because we are not scoring goals, not because we are not playing.
Victor, you know what? Before we wrap up, let's quickly talk about Chelsea. Like a lot of Chelsea fans out there are really basking in the euphoria of being world champions. But then, even giving them more joy is the business.
I know you're giving us because you're one of them.
Well, you don't have evidences to actually lay claim to that.
Oh, yeah, you're
yes. Bad. So it's actually giving them joy. The businesses they've done so far, they've kind of attended to all possible departments, positions of the field, and I really can't wait personally to see what these guys will be bringing.
Why can't you wait personally?
Well, as a football enthusiast, yes.
Okay. Well, if you ask me, I think Chelsea have all they need to actually compete for the Premier League next season, and I hope that they do.
It's just the Premier League.
Just the Premier League, honestly. You can't do more than that. I mean, the best you can do is maybe qualify. maybe Chelsea qualifies to the quarterfinals of the Champions League, but nothing more. Honestly.
So you don't think Chelsea can go all the way in the Champions League?
They won't go beyond the quarterfinals. Say it, yes.
Defending world champions?
I said it here. Chelsea will not go beyond the quarterfinals of the UEFA Champions League.
That's like a tough one for Chelsea fans.
No.
But then I wouldn't take that as something being serious. I would just take it as you trying to spy Chelsea fans out there.
Will Chelsea play good football in the coming season? Yes. Will they go beyond the quarterfinals in the Champions League? No. Will Chelsea play good football?
We'll keep this recording.
Honestly, will Chelsea play good football in the Premier League? Fantastic. Yes. Will they finish in the top 4? Yes. But will they win the Champions League? Will they go all the way? Will they get to the final? I do not think so.
Okay, I think it's high time we wrapped up the show now with that big one. Well, I'm holding your words to it.
You can.
You're recording. I can always keep that.
Evidence there.
Evidence. He choked. So, Victor, I think we could wrap up now.
All right, then. So, thank you so much for watching this installment of Football Gazette podcast. The season starts very soon. Make sure you get your TV sets cleaned.
Exactly.
They've been dusty all this while. Clean off the dust and get ready for a new exciting season. And we here at Football Gazette, Muyiwa, myself, and
it's time to keep seeing us often now.
Yes, we'll be giving you back-to-back content relating to the world of football. Thank you so much. See you now next time.
Peace out.